get you up to speed on the latest in sports. I'm Denise Tan. Team USA and Serbia enters the semifinals of the FIBA World Cup after dispatching their respective opponents in the quarters. Here's the story.
Ball is up. Game is underway. Welcome to the
Serbia faced off a Lithuanian team coming off a morale-boosting win over the United States in the FIBA World Cup quarterfinals. But after a close first quarter, Serbia began pulling away in the second frame.
Another quick attack. They go down low to Milutinov for two.
The squad leaned on Atlanta Hawks guard Bogdan Bogdanovic's fiery offensive display, scoring 18 of his 21 points in the first half alone.
To shoot Bogdanovic from way downtown. That's good for three. And it is brought to you by...
Unlike their game against the Americans, Lithuania went cold from the outside. Lithuania still couldn't figure out Serbia in the second half as the Serbians cruised to an 87-68 win and a spot in the semifinals. Bogdan says the win is dedicated to their teammate Borisa Simanic, who had one of his kidneys removed after sustaining an injury. Simanic has been ruled out for the rest of the World Cup.
He gave us amazing energy, and I was so nervous. And I see the message from Borisa in the morning after the meeting, long meeting. He was, guys, I'm good, don't worry. Let's win tonight. And from him, just to think about us, you know, after everything that happened to him, he united us, I will say, and that's amazing guy, and this is for him as well.
Serbia will face the winner of the Canada-Slovenia game today. In the other matchup, Team USA vented their ire on Italy after a surprising loss last weekend. The Americans quickly jumped to a 10-point lead in the first quarter.
Reeves thought about the three, steps back. Yeah. There's the three-pointer, the fourth for Team USA. They are starting to feel it now.
That lead grew to as many as 41 points along the way. Final score, 100-63 for Team USA. This was Italy's worst loss in any global tournament, World Cup, or Olympics in nearly 55 years. Defense was key for the Americans as they held Italy to just 18% from beyond the arc and 31% overall. Mikal Bridges starred for Team USA with 24 points, while Tyrese Halliburton chipped in 18 points, all from the three-point range.
I think we just set the tone. That's what we've been preaching. Coach been preaching to us, and that was the whole thing, just to play with force, whole 40. Don't wait too late, you know, don't wait to the end. And that's what we did. You know, the coaches got us prepared, and we just playing hungry.
Just a great defensive effort. Our guys got after it right from the beginning, put pressure on and kept the pressure on. And the next group came in, did the same thing, and it was our best defensive effort of the tournament to this point, and that's what it's going to take to win 2 more games.
Up next for Team USA is the winner of the Germany-Latvia game later today. Meantime, quarterfinal action for the FIBA World Cup continues later today at the Mall of Asia Arena. First to hit the floor are Team Germany and Team Latvia at 4:45 in the afternoon. Germany looks to continue its perfect streak so far in the World Cup and possibly get their second semi-final slot ever. First-timer Latvia, on the other hand, will see if they can continue their Cinderella run in the tournament. In the other game, Canada and Slovenia face off at 8:30 in the evening. Attention will be probably on top stars Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Luka Doncic. But the question is, who would step up from their respective teams' supporting unit? Catch the games live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live app. NBA legend Carmelo Anthony is coming back to Manila to witness the final phase of the FIBA World Cup. Melo himself confirmed the news on social media, marking his return to the country after going here last February. Serves as a global ambassador for the FIBA World Cup. Apart from his Hall of Fame-worthy NBA resume, Anthony also shone bright in the world stage, highlighted by 3 gold medals in the Olympics. In FIBA, he was a member of the 2006 FIBA All-Star 5 and the leader in Team USA's FIBA AmeriCup Championship in 2007. We're taking a quick time out. The Game on One News Now will return after this break. Stay tuned. You're still watching the game on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. Thanks for joining us. Gilas Pilipinas needs to iron out a few issues for their campaign in the Asian Games later this month. But apart from that, the Philippines is all systems go for the quadrennial showcase. Here's the report.
Gilas Pilipinas is facing a few issues in their upcoming Asian Games campaign in Hangzhou, China later this month. The team still has no coach a few weeks before the games start. But in the initial list of team roster released by the Philippine Olympic Committee, Chot Reyes and Tim Cone, who guided the team in the FIBA World Cup, were labeled head and assistant coaches respectively. Apart from that, the initial list of players was also released by the POC. The Philippines Asian roster will feature 7 holdovers from the World Cup roster, and these are Kiefer Ravena, Scotty Thompson, R.R. Pugoy, Junmar Fajardo, C.J. Perez, Japeth Aguilar, and Jamie Malonzo. Also in the roster are Chris Newsome, Calvin Oftana, Brandon Ganuelas Rosser, and naturalized players Justin Brownlee and Ange Kwame. Brownlee and Kwame were deemed eligible to play since they both possess the requirement, which is a Philippine passport. The other half of the World Cup roster, featuring Jordan Clarkson and overseas-based cagers, were not included. This is because their availability is highly unlikely since the NBA, Japan B-League, and Korean Basketball League are all set to resume soon. Despite this, though, the PBA has reiterated its support in providing players for Gilas. Even if the Philippines is not in full power, POC President Bambol Tolentino is still confident of the country's chances.
Kaya pa rin dahil nandiyan naman po yung ibang manlalaro natin magaling na coming from PBA. Willing naman po silang ipagamit o ipahiram ang mga manlalaro.
Aside from Gilas, Team Philippines is all set for the Asian Games. The POC listed almost 400 athletes who will compete in 40 sports in the quadrennial meet. Based on the criteria set by the POC, 323 of these are sponsored by the organization, while the rest are self-funded. Among those expected to banner the country are weightlifter Heidelin Diaz and pole vaulter EJ Obiena, who are both the best in Asia in their respective sports. Diaz eyes to retain the Asian title as she is set to compete in the women's 64-kilogram event. Obiena, meanwhile, looks to add an Asian Games gold to his collection. The only Asian to clear the 6-meter mark is coming from a silver medal in the World Championships and gold in the Asian Championships.
Nasisigurado ko pong makakaginto si EJ Obiena, ang ating pong pole vault. No? Wala pang Asian. Ang nasa likod lang po niya sa record ay China. Pero malayo-layo. So, statistically, siya po ang number 1 sa, talagang siya po ang number 1 sa Asia.
Gymnastics ace Carlos Yulo, another expected podium finisher, will not be competing in the Games. He opted to see action in the World Championships as it serves as a qualifier for the Paris Olympics next year. Gensis PH athletes Team Philippines will fly to Hangzhou in 2 weeks, while some athletes will go ahead on September 17 and 19.
Halos lahat po nakahanda na. Nag-aantay na lang po ng kung magkakaroon tayo ng send-off. Pero lahat po mga sa 2 linggo, palis na po kami. Medyo kompleto naman po. No? Medyo kompleto naman. Inaantay lang po natin yung ilang linggo na lang yan. Inaantay na lang po natin ang pagdating ng mga some equipments, tracksuits, uniforms. Ongoing na po yan. Parade uniform natin. Hopefully, maabot.
The Asian Games open on September 23 and will happen until October 8.
Pinay tennis star Alex Ayala defeated her Japanese foe in the W100 Tokyo round of 32. Ayala needed 2 hours to take down Natsumi Kawaguchi 6-4 and 6-3. Later that day, the two teamed up to beat their Thai opponents in the doubles event of the tournament. They are now qualified for the quarterfinals, which will happen tomorrow. Meanwhile, for Ayala, she will next face Australian Kimberly Burrell in the singles event. The Spanish Football Federation has appointed Montse Tome as the women's national team's new head coach. This makes her the first woman in the team's history to manage the squad. This follows the firing of former coach Jorge Vilda as a side effect of the kissing scandal by suspended Federation President Luis Rubiales. Tome will not be new to the job, having been Vilda's assistant coach since 2018. She is said to have been established as one of the key personalities in the Spanish team's growth. Her appointment was made by the Federation's new board, which was formed after Rubiales' suspension. Rubiales was suspended for his alleged non-consensual kiss to a Spanish player that had overshadowed the team's Women's World Cup win 2 weeks ago. Get your fill of the latest in sports at onesports.ph. Meantime, the Newsday continues later at 4:30 p.m. I'll see you then. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.